Alright, hi guys, welcome back to this channel. This video we will be exploring several things that make up a basic Arduino circuit. We will be exploring the hardware and software of a circuit, the several input and output devices used in a circuit, and we will learn how to classify those devices into input and output. Other than that, we will also explore the different types of circuits in relation to these kind of components. So we will be discussing several things in this video, so make sure you stick till the end. So let's start by discussing what is an input devices and some examples of these kind of devices. So input devices are those devices that provide an input to your program or basically control your program. So this sends the stimuli and inform your controlling components. And so basically, suppose when this is rotated, a certain action takes place. So as you can see, this rotation causes an input. So it according to how it's being rotated, it'll provide an input to your program, and the output devices will react in a certain way. So these components control your program. So over here I have three components: the push button, the potentiometer, and the joystick. So if you notice, these components are in charge of controlling your program. They have the ability to control. Other than that, there are also several sensors. For example, over here we have the sound sensor. There are several more sensors that we will be discussing in the course of this video, and these sensors include the ultrasonic sensors and several other sensors that we will learn how to classify later in the video. So this right here is our moisture sensor. So now, what is the difference between this set and this set? The sound sensor, the moisture sensor, and the ultrasonic sensor, these are sensors that actually sense the stimuli. But over here, these three components control the stimuli, control the output using manual instructions. However, over here, these components sense the surroundings, whereas these components are controlled or pressed manually. So now let's take a look into the output devices. Right in front of us we have several output devices. Now let's discuss why these devices are known as output devices and why they are classified into this category. So let's take the basic example of the light emitting diode, or the LED. The LED's basic function is that it can glow. So now this glow is an output. It's a reaction to a certain input. So now how this works is, our input devices are sensing the surrounding and giving this information to the microcontroller or the brain of our circuit, and then according to our program, the LED will react to these surroundings. Similarly, the servo motor, or any other motor for that matter, are all output devices because their basic function is that they rotate. Now how this works is, this LED is given a command to rotate, and it rotates according to that command, which means it provides an output to a certain command. Similarly, the buzzer produces sound as and when and how it's been told to. And these two display modules have similar functions. This one displays numbers, this one displays any sort of character. So these components have something in common, which is that they react to the surrounding and give an output or a response to our program. So right in front of us we have several different Arduino components that are compatible with the Arduino Uno. Let's learn how we categorize them and classify them into input and output. If you're aware of the answer, you may choose to pause the video and answer for yourself. So let's start with this moisture sensor. Since this component is capable of sensing the surroundings, it provides an input to our program or provides an instruction for the output devices, which means that this component right here is an input component. Similar to the moisture sensor, even the sound sensor senses the sound in the surrounding of the circuit and accordingly informs the brain of your circuit, and then it triggers the output devices to function. Now, similar to every motor, the servo motor and any motor, like I have two examples right here, all motors are output devices because they provide a reaction or a response to your program. Next, we have the push button. When you press this button, you expect a certain program or a certain reaction. So since the pressing of the push button is an input you're giving to your program, this push button becomes an input device. Next, we have the 7-segment display. So this display is basically displaying the output of your of your circuit, which is why this component acts as an output device as it responds to your program. The potentiometers control your program. They may control, you can use potentiometers to control the brightness of your LED, the volume of your buzzer, or even the movement of your servo motor, which is why, since this component controls movements, reactions, it is an input device. Similar to the potentiometer, even the joystick is capable of controlling your circuit, which is why it is an input device. The LED and the buzzer, as discussed before, are both output devices because they either glow or produce sound, which is an output function. Lastly, the ultrasonic sensor, since it senses the surroundings, since it senses an object in front of it, it is an input device as it provides an input to your circuit. So these are the several circuits of the Arduino Uno that we have classified into input and output. Now let us take a look into the hardware and software of an Arduino circuit. So every circuit related to Arduino or any circuit creating using an Arduino has two components, two aspects, the hardware and the software aspect. The hardware aspect basically includes all the components we've discussed right now, your Arduino Uno, any breadboard connections, jumper wires, resistors, LEDs, and everything like that. Whereas the software side includes the Arduino IDE software, your libraries, the serial monitor, and things like that. So now let's take a deeper look into the software of an Arduino circuit. So this right here is our Arduino IDE software. So this software acts as the software aspect of our Arduino circuit. So right now we will not be writing any code, but this is the place where you write your code, so you can type in your several characters right here, and your Arduino will perform the program. And in order to upload your program, you click on this button. So once you click on this button, the status of your program will come here. So once it's done uploading, you'll see it written down here. Other than that, Arduino provides us with the option of choosing from their examples. So they have written a list of example codes. So you click on file and hover over examples, and you'll see a long list of examples that have already been given to you by the Arduino IDE software. So suppose I want to control my servo motor, I can simply hover over servo and it'll give me two options of two different programs. So for now, I will click on sweep. Once I do that, it'll open a new tab. and the program will be written down right here. So in order to upload my program, all I have to do is connect the USB cable onto my Arduino Uno and upload the program. This will basically transfer the program from my laptop to the Arduino Uno and basically make the circuit function. Once we are done writing down our program, we can click save as and it'll take us to our file explorer. As you can see, I have written several programs here and saved it. We can save and it'll show you right here that it's been done saving. So now I can visit my program at any time. So this is a basic insight on our Arduino IDE software. There are several other things that you can do with this software. This will be explored in detail in our upcoming videos. So that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. Hope it was useful to you. We look forward to seeing you in our upcoming videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a like rating on this video.